Hello everyone, and welcome once again to Caleb Likes Books. Today I'm going to be doing my quarter 3 of 2023 review video thingy, just kind of updating you guys on what's been going on with my reading lately, as well as a few things for the channel. So this will be probably a very short video because I don't have a whole lot to talk about, but I just like to do these every quarter. So quarter 3 of the year, the last 3 months, I have been doing okay on my reading, not quite as much as I would have liked, because I've had to pick up some extra work stuff and things like that, and I've had some stuff going on, so I haven't been able to spend as much time reading as I've liked, but I'm still doing pretty well. This quarter I read 17 books, or at least I will have read that by the end of this month. I'm recording this a couple days ahead of time, so I still have 1 or 2 books that I want to finish still, but I think I should be able to do that. So, to break it down by each month, in July, I read 7 books, I think, something like that, at around 2,800 pages, which was one of my best months of this year in terms of page count anyway. And quite a few books that I read, and I enjoyed all of those quite a lot, or at least quite a few of those. And then in August, I slowed it down a bit in terms of the number of books. I only read 4 books in August. The main reason for that was because I read Oathbringer by Brandon Sanderson, which was massive. So that book alone was probably the size of like 3 regular size books. But I read 4 books during August, at or a little over 2,000 pages. And then in September, I read, or will have read, I think 5 or 6 books, also a little over 2,000 pages. I'm not going to get to everything that I wanted to in my September TBR. There's 1 or 2 books I'm going to have to knock off of there, just because I haven't had the time to get to all of them, but still a decent number of books. And so that's what I've been reading for this quarter. That's how much I've been able to read, which is really good. Still staying on top of my reading goals for this year. I don't know if I'm going to manage to hit my goal by the end of the year because the end of this year is going to be a bit busy for me. So we'll see how that goes. But for right now, I am pretty well on track for my goal, which was around 60 books for the end of the year. And I would say, in terms of my favorite book that I read this quarter, it was probably Oathbringer by Brandon Sanderson. That is maybe my favorite book that I read this year. It's pretty much between that and Words of Radiance. So either way, it's a Sanderson book, which is not very surprising because I really love his work. So that's probably my favorite book that I read this quarter. As far as my least favorite book that I read this quarter, that's a little harder to say. I did read the first 3 books in the Bionicle Chronicles series, which I didn't actually do reviews for those books, because I was going to review all of the Bionicle Chronicles together, and then I ended up not actually finishing 4 and 5, so maybe I'll do that sometime. But the 3rd book in that series I wasn't too crazy about. There was probably a couple others, but I can't think of them off the top of my head at the moment, honestly. So there was a few books that I did not care for during this quarter, but overall I've really enjoyed most of the books that I've read, which is nice. So that is pretty much everything in terms of reading stuff for this quarter. As far as the channel goes, there's not a whole lot to talk about, but one thing that I do want to mention is that this channel recently hit 200 subscribers, which is awesome. At the beginning of this year, I think I was a little over 50 subscribers, and at the last update that I did for quarter 2 in at the end of the June, I was at a little over 140, or it was somewhere between 140 and 150, I think. So I have gained like 50 or 60 subscribers in the last 3 months, which is great. Thank you to all of you who have subscribed over the last few months for checking out the channel, supporting the channel, all that stuff. I really appreciate it a lot. The channel's grown a lot more than I expected it to this year. I figured if I doubled my subscriber count from the end of last year, which again was around 50, if I hit like 100, maybe 150 subscribers by the end of this year, I'd be pretty happy. So to know that I've already surpassed 200 is really exciting, and I'm very happy and very thankful for that. So thank you to all of you for checking out the channel recently. As far as other updates, that's pretty much it that I can think of. There's not a whole lot else to talk about that was going on over the course of this quarter. There have been some cool videos that I've really enjoyed doing, some good books that I've enjoyed reviewing and all that stuff. Lots of good comments that I've been seeing on the channel that I've really enjoyed reading and interacting with and all that stuff, but that is pretty much all I've got to say. So I do apologize, it is a bit of a short video, but I just wanted to do this quick update. So again, thank you to all of you who have recently subscribed and those of you who have been subscribed for longer, who are still continuing to support the channel. I really appreciate it. And that's pretty much it for this video. We're almost to the end of the year now, only a few months left to go. So hopefully I end off the year on a good note with some good books. So that is pretty much it for this video. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys next time.